Strange things happen all over the world, some of which can be explained, while others simply leave people frozen in place and endlessly amazed. You are on the TopFacts channel, and today we will look at 20 wonders that have been discovered in Thailand. Enjoy watching. In western Thailand, rock paintings dating back about 3,000 years were discovered in a cave. Such rock art offers a key window into the history and lives of the people who once inhabited these territories. Gazing upon them, we almost feel as though we see the world through their eyes and can learn more about their culture and way of life. The paintings depict numerous human-like figures. It is astonishing that they have endured for so long. Experts and historians will strive to preserve these rock images so that they may continue to convey their messages into the future. It is worth checking. Perhaps similar paintings exist nearby. You have probably encountered this sensational story. In Thailand, in the year 2018, a video appeared online showing strange cave creatures frightening tourists. They were spotted on a private island. The video naturally went viral as people wanted to know what was happening. Not every tourist enjoys meeting Ewoks on their excursions. It turned out that the terrifying furry beings were part of an art project, a special event illustrating Thailand's mythical creatures. Evidently, the costumes were good enough to seem real and scare people. But on the other hand, it is disheartening to realize how easily people can be deceived, isn't it? This is not so much a strange occurrence as a harrowing ordeal for those involved and for the world that followed the incident with bated breath. In the year 2018, a group of young footballers ventured into a cave and became trapped there. Due to flooding, they could not escape for 9 days, nearly dying of starvation. Eventually, they were all rescued, and the world rejoiced. But I must admit, there is a certain grim fascination in watching someone ordeal such desperation without knowing whether it will end well. Be cautious when you travel, and do not put yourself at risk. Do not venture into wild places unprepared. Every country has inexplicable giant formations, whether man-made or natural. If you plan to travel through Thailand, visit the Three Whales Rock. Mother Nature has created very strange things over countless years, and here you will have a chance to appreciate one of them. This most unusual rock formation in Thailand has existed for around 75 million years and conveys a legend passed down through generations. In ancient times, a few villagers encountered whales, and one became entangled and injured in a net. Eventually, a fisherman cut the net to free it, and the three whales swam away. But such was the agreement between humans and nature. Whether the story continued, we do not know. But these three boulders eloquently illustrate the saga. Now let us speak of a very real find made in the year 2020. This whale skeleton was not only superbly preserved, but also successfully identified. It belonged to a species that inhabited the planet more than 5,000 years ago. The large fossil measured around 12 meters in length, and many recognize it as a rare discovery simply because whale bones of this kind are uncommon in Asia. Scientists believe that this find opens a window into the past, showing us the life of ancient organisms. Fungi can be found almost anywhere in the world, and they are beloved by both humans and animals, provided they are not poisonous, of course. However, even today, we still discover new species of mushrooms, such as those that glow in the dark. This discovery was made in Thailand in 2011. Indeed, some plants and animals can truly phosphoresce. But these glowing fungi grew on trees. Now, we must seek answers to how they perform such a trick. A three-wheeled motor scooter known as the Tuk-tuk is an integral part of Asia, particularly Thailand, and it is especially popular in Bangkok. This three-wheeler not only serves as a reliable means of transport, but also contributes significantly to the city's atmosphere, bustling and noisy, yet festive. Riding a tuk-tuk is both entertainment and a challenge. The driver will weave swiftly through traffic, and you will have to negotiate the fare vigorously as there is no standard price list. So I advise settling on a price before the ride begins. If a downpour starts, the driver will lower a curtain to shield you from the rain, but will then proceed more by feel than by instruments. Nevertheless, you will experience the local color as never before and trust the word of an experienced Asia traveler. Often a tuk-tuk proves more efficient than a taxi or bus. Like all travelers, I previously noted one of Thailand's key features, its multitude of picturesque islands, which means extensive and jagged coastlines. One reason locals constantly explore them is in search of pearls. One day in 2021, a family of pearl divers with modest means discovered what they never expected to see: a stunning orange pearl. It is formed by special sea snails and is deposited right inside the shells, unlike traditional pearls, which come from oysters. As you can imagine, the man was astonished by the find and showed it to his wife and children so they could marvel at its pure beauty. The next day, he decided to find out if it was worth anything and went to an appraiser. Now imagine how that poor family felt when word of the pearl spread and its value was estimated at 250,000 euros. After verification, it was purchased by a businessman from China, and people from around the world arrived at the auction hoping to acquire the pearl. Needless to say, the family never ventured diving for pearls again. Floating markets are another unusual phenomenon peculiar to Thailand. This attraction is worth visiting simply out of respect for historical traditions. Centuries ago, the network of rivers and canals created its own trade infrastructure, which residents still use today. It is much easier to transport freshly caught fish or fruit, as well as prepared food. There is less congestion, and waterways are as good as roads. However, this experience is far more chaotic and expressive than visiting a regular market. Hundreds of voices shouting prices, colorful goods, and Brownian-motion crowds. That is what awaits you at Thai floating markets. Nevertheless, for tourists, this type of shopping remains one of the most exotic and appealing experiences. Fortunately, this building in Bangkok is not controlled by robots. It only appears so. In the late 1970s, the Bank of Asia wanted to create a completely new headquarters and demonstrate how computers could modernize banking. They hired a creative architect to conceive something innovative, but for a long time, nothing came of it, until his son walked into the room holding a toy robot. The rest, as they say, is history. By 1987, the robot building was completed, and it became one of the tallest structures in the city. Even now, it is praised for its unusual design. Let us know in the comments what you think. Do you like it? Believe it or not, the world is full of strange trees that carry legends spanning centuries or serve as objects of belief. Some of these theories defy science and remain unexplained. Thailand also has such a mysterious tree, linked to a legend involving a Buddhist deity. He displayed extraordinary ingenuity to protect his wife. She was gathering fruit in a grove inhabited by male spirits, so he created fruit trees bearing fruit that looked exactly like his wife. The spirits would take the fruit and leave the woman in peace. In any case, this is a very general version, as proof that trees and fruits in the shape of a woman exist. If you wish to verify this, travel there yourself and share your photos with us. The king cobra is not exactly unusual in Thailand, as it has lived here for millennia. But I speak of size. This enormous cobra, measuring about 4 meters in length, was found in a drainage pipe and had to be removed by hand. Admit it, you do not see that every day. A brave man plunged into the nearest sewer pipe to retrieve it and ultimately pulled the snake out unharmed. This is the key moment in the entire video, as its size is truly astounding. He had to effectively battle a monster, not to mention the fact that this species can inflict serious harm. Even the rescuers admitted that they had never before seen a snake of such size. Just so you know how acute this problem is for the people of Thailand, they regularly have to call the fire brigade to help remove snakes that creep into homes or onto properties. Street food in Thailand enjoys widespread trust and popularity. That is why people come from all over the world. But even if you know a couple of dish names, such as pad thai or fried rice, many street markets offer truly exotic fare. If you do not pay attention, you might end up with fried insects, crickets, beetles, and worms. Eating insects, or entomophagy, is common in certain Asian countries, including Thailand. Historically, any protein source was considered edible, especially if you fry a cockroach, pepper it, and drizzle soy sauce over it. Voila, a delicacy. To this day, this type of food remains an important part of the local diet, and for tourists, it is your challenge to try it or not. At the very least, always ask what you are eating before taking a bite. The giant snake in the Naka Cave is a large rock formation in Thailand. Many truly believe it to be a petrified monster. First, when you look at the top of the rock, you will agree that its shape closely resembles a snake. You can easily distinguish a mouth, eyes, and scales. And when you enter the cave, you see its scaly body, as if someone decorated the walls with reptile skin. What is actually there is hard to say. Could it be an ancient sculpture or a trick of nature? Only deeper research will provide these answers. Will you undertake it? Thailand is known as a country that fanatically observes ancient traditions, some of which might seem strange to you. For example, each November is the time of the Monkey Festival. In the town of Lopburi, north of Bangkok, these rituals are held sacred, and every year a feast is organized for hundreds of monkeys. Tables are covered with fruit, desserts, rice dishes, and they treat these uninvited guests, the troops of macaques. This festival has special cultural and religious significance. Since the monkey was once regarded as a sacred animal, this is how people seek to establish harmony with their clans, which ensures good fortune and prosperity. Some argue that it is merely a tourist lure, yet not without its chaos, because besides feasting, the monkeys are not above snatching your cameras or sunglasses, so the atmosphere at this festival is generally unpredictable. A strange fact that applies not only to Thailand, but to the entire world. Since we began truly documenting animals of all kinds, we have wondered how many remain undiscovered. It is gradually becoming clear that we are still far from knowing all the species that inhabit the land and seas. We still have so much to discover on our planet. In the year 2020, biologists announced the discovery of 5 new species of ants. Importantly, they were found rather late. They were not new to history. We simply discovered them too late, having previously overlooked them. Our world is indeed full of life, and we should all be grateful for that. But imagine if one of us decided to devote a lifetime to studying and describing the creatures that inhabit planet Earth. There is one viral video from Thailand that circulates online from time to time. Do not be misled by it. If you look at the photo, you might conclude that it shows the skeleton of a human allegedly attacked by a giant snake. The internet claims that this was a gigantic skeleton found alongside an equally enormous serpent. But here is the truth. This image was created by artificial intelligence for an art exhibition. The residents of Thailand decided to decorate some of their caves and made a 2-part skeleton as an installation. Remember the golden rule: do not believe everything you see on the internet. Trust your own eyes and visit Thailand soon. In nature, not everything always goes smoothly. and anomalies occur in the animal world that often leave people puzzled. In the year 2015, a buffalo farmer in Thailand experienced an unusual event. A buffalo cow gave birth to several calves, most of which were normal, but one calf in the litter was decidedly odd. In fact, it did not resemble a buffalo at all, but more like a crocodile. As you can see, this is not a hoax, but a real animal, and people examined it closely. You will also quickly notice that this calf has scaly skin, making it resemble a reptile rather than a furry young bovine. It is also strange that its head is elongated. Its appearance certainly evokes a crocodile. I do not understand how this happens, but it is known that animals can have congenital defects that lead to unusual forms in newborns. Agreeably, for a young calf, this is not an attractive sight, and when it was examined, it was already deceased. So obviously, such defects lead to the death of a non-viable creature. Nature itself performs natural selection of viable individuals. There are not many of these adorable striped predators left in the world. Many species of tiger are either endangered or close to extinction, and this list includes many big cats. In the year 2017, the Indo-Chinese tiger became one of the species on the brink of extinction, and that is precisely why many people in Thailand and beyond united to find more individuals and then attempt to breed the population. Most astonishingly, the hidden tigers were discovered not in remote jungles, but in a national park, right under our noses. Since the discovery of this new group, efforts to save the entire species were renewed. I hope that the situation has improved since then, because the loss of an entire species is an irreversible catastrophe, which we must never forget. It is unlikely we will be so lucky again. Have you ever wondered what happens to airplanes after they are decommissioned? There comes a time when repair and maintenance become too costly. Then they are taken to a boneyard. Usually this place is located in a desert or at a scrapyard, where they do not rust so easily. However, in Thailand, you can find old airplanes simply parked by the roadside. This is not accidental. They are turned into scrap to be sold for parts. Allegedly, there is an agreement with the landowner allowing them to place planes on their property, and they even sell them in pieces when possible. It is strange that tourists pay for guided tours to these plane houses. Entrepreneurial owners thus turn them into attractions. No fisherman wishes to catch a fish that cannot be identified, because an unknown variant will likely startle you and make you wonder what else lurks below. In the year 2020, a fisherman in Thailand caught an unusual specimen of fish that measured 42 centimeters in length and weighed about 3 kilograms. It was not the biggest fish in the world, but it provided an unforgettable spectacle. The fisherman did not even want to eat it and gave it to a scientist instead. It turned out that he had caught a variety of anglerfish that buries itself in sand, keeping its wide mouth open to hunt. It catches smaller fish and invertebrates that approach heedlessly. So we are not dealing with a mutant, but the fisherman did not wish to contend with such a catch. If you seek truly unusual sensations, try a fish spa instead of a traditional foot massage, so-called fish massage, using fish known as doctor fish. You simply immerse your feet in a vat of water and they do their work, removing layers of dead skin and tickling you lightly. In any case, positive emotions and a rejuvenating effect are guaranteed. Try this unusual procedure if you travel to Thailand. Was a strange, giant winged creature really found in Thailand? That is what some people online try to prove. According to the image, people gathered around the fallen angel and several appeared intrigued. Imagine if such a thing fell from the sky right before you. You would be completely stunned. Or would you instead attempt to film it? I am genuinely intrigued. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. A body of water with plants is not uncommon, but believe me, you will not see something like this every day even in Thailand. Here, there is a lake of special significance. In the cooler months, it regularly hosts a miraculous event. As we know, flowers usually grow on water lilies, lotus plants, and much more. However, this lake differs from the rest by its vast quantity of scarlet lotuses. It is not merely a few dozen, but an entire field of stunning blooms. Technically, these are water lilies rather than true lotuses, but the field stretches approximately 8 kilometers in length and 3 kilometers in width. The freshwater lake is an important source of water, home to many fish, birds, and plants, including those very scarlet flowers you see here. The lake and its floral expanse are so renowned in the region that a legend is associated with them. The saga itself is too long to recount, but many people believe in this story, and a film has even been made about it. As you can imagine, this romantic spot has become a favorite for locals and a cherished pilgrimage for tourists. For a month, from December to February, you can hire a boat to ride across the lake and see the flowers up close. Honestly, it is breathtakingly beautiful. Whether or not you love flowers, you must admit that some bodies of water in the world would be much more desirable to visit if they offered such sights. Bangkok is a unique place in Thailand, and if you speak with people who have spent only a short time there, they will tell you it is a dreadful place, an uproarious city where it is easy to get lost. This means they simply did not have time to see it at its best and explore the most interesting sights. If you ignore the negative reviews, do not waste time and head to the Bangkok Museum, also known as the Museum of the Three-Headed Elephant. It is called this because of the 50-meter-high elephant statues that adorn its entrance. Yes, they truly have 3 heads. I do not know why they decided that 1 head is good and 3 are better. But as a way to attract visitors, it works rather well. If you look around a bit, you will find on tourist maps several places in the world with statues of multi-headed animals. I spent literally 10 seconds searching maps. It is not difficult to find this museum in Bangkok on your own. The 3-headed elephant in Thai culture is a symbolic figure that in Hindu and Buddhist traditions embodies strength, harmony, and the connection between the heavens, earth, and the underworld. It is often associated with the Hindu god Indra, and he serves as our celestial mountain. Do you not find that this has much in common with the divine trinity? The conglomerate, creation, preservation, and destruction, as well as past, present, and future, is the perfect understanding of the world states for someone who is aware of both the physical and spiritual realms and acts with intention. If you are seeking spiritual discoveries, you must visit the Museum of the Three-Headed Elephant. Some of Thailand's architectural wonders were erected not in antiquity, but comparatively recently, all owing to the ideas they embody. For example, the Temple of a Million Bottles was built in October 2008 from empty beer bottles. The structure arose in the Sisaket province, 650 kilometers from Bangkok, and to realize this concept, monks began collecting glass containers back in 1984. As a result, a grandiose construction was created that shimmers with the green reflections of glass, and even technical buildings such as the crematorium and water tower were built from these bottles. Indeed, the guiding principle here was the repurposing of material that would otherwise pollute the planet, rather than a pursuit of luxury or self-expression. Enlightenment is not idleness, but the ability to improve life right now, and not only for oneself. Surely, you would not argue with that. That concludes today's exploration of the strange things that reveal Thailand a bit more deeply. Which of these did you find most astonishing, and which do you think fails to surprise? Be sure to let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe to the channel, and check out other fascinating episodes that have appeared on your screen.